Hello and welcome to the Labcast by Maruti Techlabs. In this series, we talk to engineering leaders and get to know actionable insights that will help you take your development practices to the next level. I'm Bikshita, Senior Marketing Executive at Maruti Techlabs, and I'm thrilled to be discussing a topic today that's got everybody's attention and how. It's the debate between low-code technology and traditional development. And who better than Harsh Makadia for clearing our perspective on this topic? Harsh oversees product delivery and user adoption for the early stage startup clients here at Maruti Tech Labs. Harsh also works with Zuru Tech India as a senior software engineer. He also has an ebook to his name where he has curated a list of 100 plus no code tools to help you ship your product faster. You can find all about it and more of his content on Twitter. Hi Harsh, glad to have you here.
Thanks, Bikshita. Good to be here.
So Harsh, tell us something about your role, what you do, and what your day usually looks like.
Yeah. So my day usually starts with Scrum meeting where I discuss about the different projects with my teammates to keep track of the day-to-day tasks which are assigned. Throughout the day, I am involved in the technical discussion, helping my teammates to look into their issues. I attend client calls where we discuss with the client about the day-to-day progress which we make on the project and also the new features that we need to be implemented. And apart from that, I also love spending time on reading latest news about technology to stay up to date on what's happening, what's trending these days, and so on.
That sounds great. Now, to begin from the beginning, what is low code development?
A low-code development platform provides a development environment used to create application software through a graphical user interface uh, instead of traditional hand-coded development. What happens is you don't need to build everything from the scratch. In this approach, you take advantage of existing solutions and then develop additional component which is required. Because this approach is used to build a customized solution with the existing components rather than building everything from scratch. So it is just a technique in which you use some drag and drop tools to build the foundation and then start building on top of that.
Okay, so how exactly is it different from traditional development? Can you elaborate on that?
Okay. So I love this example of I usually a lot of people ask about how to differentiate between code and low code. So I just like to give this example of an elevator. So let's assume you want to go to the top floor of the building. With code, what you do is you climb all the stairs to top of the building. And in case of low code, what happens is you are already on the fifth floor of the building, and then you go to the top floor. So it becomes like easy for you because you already are at an intermediate place and then you need to jump. So low code development has enabled developers, citizen developers, and business users to quickly use or build the apps using drag and drop interface. And there are a lot of differences when it comes to traditional development. In case of traditional development, you require a high skill set. For example, you need to have a good programming knowledge in order to build the apps. But in case of low code, you can just drag and drop, so anyone can actually build that. It becomes easy to maintain in terms of low code because not all the responsibilities is under your head. It depends on what vendor you go with, so a lot of responsibilities are shifted to them. And there is a lot of resource saving happening in case of low code because you save a lot of time and money because ultimately everything is delivered faster. So if we go with the traditional approach, we require a software team who is going to work on the entire application and so on. But with low code, a single person can also build a application. So it helps in that terms about the resource saving. And ultimately, what happens is in the low code is there is a low risk and high ROI, I think, because there is lots and lots of tools coming up every day. So building the things have become easy with low code.
Right. So great analogy with the ground floor and the fifth
Mhm.
floor. That really put the idea across very clearly.
Yeah.
So if I were to use low code development, what exactly would be the benefits that I would get over traditional development?
So there are many benefits you get. So first is, as I discussed, about the low cost and reduced time to market. With low code development tools, cost is drastically reduced because you don't need to hire many developers in order to build that. And at the same time, you can ship your product faster. So it helps you to save a lot of time. There is agility in terms of low code development. You can make the changes faster. So that is one of the plus point you get. Apart from that, there is a better risk management. So with constantly changing regulations, enterprise can adjust quickly in case of low code and no code approach to stay compliant with that. Then there is increase in productivity because low code platform helps. It is a bridge, but it is a it bridge gap between IT and business teams, allowing them to solve the real world problem and ship faster. There is better security so that everything, most of the things is handled by the vendor. So it is definitely you don't have to look into all the aspects of security because everything has got covered by its own.
So with so many benefits, it's natural that we are discussing low code development type. But why do you think low code development has gained so much traction at this point of time? Like, what is contributing to its growing popularity in this moment?
Been in limelight for several years, and I think its awareness is also increasing day by day. One of the strong reasons I think is because everyone is moving towards digital transformation. So post COVID, lots and lots of companies are making digital transformation, and this no code tools is like blessing to them because it helps to set up things faster. Low code applications also they directly provide templates, or there are ready-made templates available, so things can be implemented quickly and typically save a lot of cost to them. And also it has got a lot of wide use case. For example, it can be used to build personal apps, it can be used to build internal apps within the organization, or you can also build a product, full-fledged product, or a software as a service application using low code. So because of all these reasons, I think low code is getting a lot of traction, and probably it will still continue because it is opening new doors to the people who can't code, because you require a lot of skills when it comes to coding from scratch. But this is like a blessing to everyone who don't have technical knowledge.
Right. Now, we have discussed about low code being a blessing for the non-coders, right? But what about the coders? Now, many from the developers community echo the sentiment that low code development is just a bunch of fancy interfaces to build static websites. Now, how true or false is that statement?
So there are two things. One is about low code, and the other is no code. So in case of no code, I agree that it is a static builder. So basically, you just have to drag and drop the components, and the website is built. But in case of low code, it is not just a static builder because it also handles complex business applications. You can make API calls and build a mobile friendly application. And what I mean to say is it can handle complex applications. If you want, if you are supposed to build a complex application, you can definitely use low code tools. And in fact, I think it is here. I mean, low code tool is here to make developers' life easy. They can ship faster and evaluate their ideas faster, because I think uh, it at the end of the day it will help both the organization and the developers as well, because developers know about or have some knowledge about this, then it is definitely going to help them.
So, what are some of the low code platforms that we have implemented?
There are various low code platforms, so each one comes with different learning curve and different use case. So some of the tools that we have tried is OutSystem, Mendix, then I think Process Maker, Microsoft Power Apps. Then there is a tool from Salesforce, Lightning UI, then Zoho Creator, and I think Kissflow was one of them.
Okay, so can you describe one of these projects where we have taken the low code path?
So one of our client is an award-winning luxury fashion startup based in Paris, France. So they wanted to build an application to provide personalized experience of the store in the app. So it was a application. What the application we built was a platform where all the fashion inventories were shown, and it also provided a service called Stylish as a service. So what used to happen is there was a platform wherein the user can talk to the Stylish in real time with a chatbot and interact with him as if he was in the store itself. So it becomes easy to make the selections, because these luxury brands, anyone who is getting the inventories or getting the clothes from there has needs a stylist. So this was the experience. Basically, it was built to we created a platform to create a personalized experience.
That sounds great. How did the client benefit by using this low code technology?
So what we had done in this MVP is we built it with the combination of no code and low code tools. So it saved 60% of the cost compared to the traditional development. So traditional development would have taken 12 to 14 weeks to develop that application. But with this combination of low code tools, we build it in within the 6 week. So there was less involvement from the client side also, because you don't need much help, because we once the requirements are clear, we could directly build those things. And as I mentioned, that there was 60% of cost saving done. So the client utilized that 60% into the in marketing this platform, and it was great to see the result. That there was a lot of traffic which we saw, and everything was scalable. We never faced any issue with this platform in terms of scaling.
That's great. 60% in cost saving. I think every startup founder wants that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, will it be correct to say that early stage startups as well as enterprises can benefit from low code technology?
Absolutely, early stage startups like client we worked with can reduce time to market by using low code platforms. There is no technical co-founder required or a full-fledged software development team required in order to build a basic prototype of your product. So validating idea becomes much faster, because I think time and cost is those are the two things which matters the most to the startup, because they cannot waste time in building the entire thing and then come to know that, like, this is not working for me. So it is better if they build a prototype and validate the things faster. And if it is working, then yes, definitely you can build continuously on top of that. And in terms of enterprises, less burden on the IT team, definitely, because not much involvement is required, and more involvement of business decision makers can be, more involvement is there from their side while building the application. So definitely, it is a win-win for both startups as well as enterprise.
Right. So, what should be the way ahead for organizations looking to implement low code platforms?
So we have built a lot of applications with no code and low code. So there are many tools coming up every day, with each of them providing or fixing a specific type of problem. So I think what matters the most is what problem you're trying to solve. So based on what problem you're trying to solve, you can look into different low code platforms and different vendors on some of different factors. For example, user interaction, whether there is a drag and drop facility available while building the application, and also check on the configuration settings and tools, like how the things can be customized, or is there any ready-made template available which you can take and build on top of that. Then you can also check on the technical support, whether how those vendors are providing the support in case of customization, if additional customization is required, and so on. And one thing which matters most these days is about the cloud infrastructure. So maybe those points could be also taken into consideration, like how the infrastructure is managed, and what happens when there is a lot of traffic coming on your product. Will it scale or not? So based on your problems, you can look on the points which I mentioned, and that's how we had built many prototypes.
So now that we have discussed the benefits of low-code technology over traditional development, and how organizations should implement the same. So let's move on to addressing the elephant in the room, which is with the rise in low-code development, do you think the role of software engineers will become less important over time?
Definitely. I would love to answer this question because I am a software developer myself. So true that low code and no code platforms helps enterprise to escape developer skills and shortage and navigate the challenge quickly and build the applications faster. But the thing is, lot many developers are worried that no code is going to take the job away because they will not have anything to be done because everything will be done by the tools. But the thing is, all these tools has code underneath it. So in order to build these low code tools or no code tools, definitely you require a hard coding and you need to build these things from scratch. So I think the developers would be unstoppable if they have the knowledge of both code as well as low code, because when to use what matters the most. Because if you are building a quick prototype and you want to validate things faster, then you can definitely use low code or no code tools. And when you want to build application which you need to scale well and there is a lot of complex things which cannot be built with low code tools, then yes, definitely code is the one which will come into existence. So code is definitely a fallback for all the things. If nothing can be built with code, no code or low code, then definitely code is still there. And I don't think that the software developers are going anywhere. They are going to stay here as long as the technology is evolving.
Right. I think that's relieving to hear for our software developers. Okay. Now, so how what I understood is basically this isn't an either or situation, right? But it's rather
Yeah.
two methods complementing each other and making the process easier for the parties involved.
That's exactly how it is.
Great. Well, Harsh, great catching up with you on low code development and how companies, big or small, can benefit from it.
Thank you so much for having me, Bikshita.
Okay, and thank you all for tuning in. We hope you found the session insightful and value packed. Tell us what you think of the debate between traditional development versus low code development in the comments below. And if you have any words of encouragement for us, any guests you'd like us to interview, you know where to list them down. The comment section is all yours. We'll see you in our next episode. Thank you.